Welcome to the Three Fat Truckers, episode 111. That's right, folks, 111, 111, or trifecta, whatever you want to call it.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is. This will be released August 3rd. We are live out at the Harvest Homecoming Truck Show here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And we're live on TikTok today, so join us on those. You can email us all your thoughts, show@3ftpodcast.org, show@3ftpodcast.org. You'll find us on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, or X, I should say, if you're wanting to catch us on those. And you can find us on anything, Spotify, Amazon, and all those things that have podcasts. My name's Malia, and I am the girl co-host here, introducing the guys that you've all been waiting for, your favorite three fat truckers. Here they go. Bill, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Bill here. It's good to be here at the 2025 Harvester Homecoming in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're having a good time out here. It's a pretty good show, I think. I don't know.
It's perfect. It ain't hot. It ain't sticky.
Nice breeze.
Who are you?
I'll tell you here in a minute. By the way, this is your old buddy Dave. How you guys doing today? Out here at the International Harvester. We are at the plant where they built all this stuff that shut down, but it's a nice homecoming. And glad to see everybody come out here today. Even got our buddy from Third Fat Trucker moseyed up here and seen us today just for this.
Yep, this is Steve. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. We're up here at the Harvester Homecoming 7th Annual, August 1st and 2nd. They're celebrating history here back to 1923.
Wow.
By the time you hear this, it's going to be over, but I'll still give you a little more information on it. It's up here at the 2950 Meyer Road in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're doing it every year. So you hear this, try and catch it next year if you can. There's a variety of internationals that have been made at this plant. There's employees here that used to actually put these scouts and stuff together. And they are giving some tours of the plant through here with some of the employees that used to work, a walking tour.
They also have a riding one.
Yep. They have the Mack
And
Dune
tours.
Ride buggy up here to give people a ride around. I don't know if they're going.
You can go through the plant.
Are they going through the
Mack,
plant?
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause
It's like
we did it
named
last
after
year
me.
on the golf cart.
Mack.
Went ahead and took a tour through the plant. We'll do it again this year.
But there's an assortment of stuff up here, international made. I mean, this here was the Scout plant, but I mean, there's semis here. There's
Well, they made all
garden
the semis
tractors.
here.
There's
garden
tractors.
tractor.
There's even an international bulldozer over there,
Yeah,
a mini.
They didn't make the tractors and bulldozer here, but they made all the scouts and all the semis.
Yeah.
And the funny part about it, Steve, is we're right across the street from the old Fruhoff factory where they built all the damn trailers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep, but there's international pickups here. There's quite a few down the line here.
Oh, there's
Wait. Pickup.
We got lots and lots of pictures. You're going to check out our page there, and we should have a bunch on there.
Yep, and
Lots of kids, lots of dogs.
yeah.
I'm
of
loving the
families
kids
out
and
here.
dogs out here today. It's like,
And this will be live tonight. Everybody will be seeing this live tonight on Facebook Live.
Well, they are seeing us live right
I know
now.
it, yeah. Even though we're kind of cheating a little bit.
Jackie
We're
in it or something, Dave?
we're live on TikTok right now, but we are doing
my.
the show live tonight on Facebook at 7 o'clock, which everybody will be seeing it. And you'll be able to see it tomorrow as we drop our podcast at 3 o'clock. Listen to it. So,
There you go. I know you haven't really had a whole chance to walk through and catch everything here, but there, like I said, there's a variety of trucks in here. There's one right across from us here. I don't know if they can see it right here behind Malia, but there's an old cab over International, and I
Yeah.
think it's just clean looking.
it's a 1958 Emeryville, built in
Emeryville,
Emeryville,
yeah.
California. And
I love the blue on it. It
all-
reminds me of my
it's one of the
favorite
old
hat.
big windshield, one
Yeah.
stack, 230. They still made them with gas. You could get them with gas,
Gas motors.
engines. Yes. That's a
Mobile
California
hat.
truck.
Oh yeah,
It's hard
yeah,
to believe
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
So,
But-
but the one right next to it was built there. It's a, what is it, a 4300? It's
Yep.
one of the S series.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a Lodestar. A Lodestar
I'm not
S
sure what
series.
number it is.
And that one was literally built right at this
Yeah.
plant. So.
And this plant here, I mean, this place is huge.
Well, it used to have a forging. They had their own forging stave where they
Yeah.
would forge their frame rails and all that and punch them
Wow.
out. And they did all that right here at the plant here. And Now it's a big warehouse.
Well, isn't the neighborhood that's been built like all the little houses?
Oh.
Weren't all those?
those
there
were,
for
they were
here.
called row
The
houses
employees
all
is-
down
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And we got the main tower, and hopefully check out our social networks. We're going to fly the drone up there to the top of the tower.
If we can get batteries to charge, it's acting up on me today. Sure as heck, we get here and try and get a few things done. It's like Murphy's Law. Nothing wants to work.
That's all right. We're all running on a shoestring because we all work.
If not, I might just put a bottle rocket up Dave's ass and we'll shoot him up there with his phone. So.
Hey, if
Speaking of Dave's ass,
hey,
Oh.
before we get into Dave's ass,
Okay.
before we get in,
that's a deep subject. I don't know.
at least
Yeah.
if you're going to strap,
And we're
me
gonna
one,
see how
Black
deep.
hole.
We're gonna see how deep here later today.
I only want the Acme company to do it because they got the best straps. If you're going to strap one on my ass, so.
Just ask the coyote.
We might need the universal restraint guys
Yeah.
to come
Hey.
hold you up today for today's appointment.
Yeah, today is Dave's appointment that Malia did a little game with
This
everybody.
is my birthday gift.
Yeah,
To me.
to her.
You guys voted for
She
Dave.
had everybody vote between us three, and Dave won. And he gets, I don't want to call it a colonic.
No, but it's a proctology. I would
It's,
just.
it's a roto-rooting of his colon.
Anybody remember Smokey and the Bandit 2 when if you went back there, he had the glove on and it was what was his
Show
name?
us again. You're live.
Yeah, live.
Jack Elam.
What was his name?
Jack Elam with the crazy eye.
He wasn't the guy in the back, was he?
Yes, the
Was
doctor.
he a comedian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack
And he says,
Elam.
carrying the elephant around going da boop, da boop, da boop, da boop. He was a proctologist. He goes close enough for a doctor.
You hear snap of the glove. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So that's what we're looking for. So
Yeah.
we got a good
Dave's
lot of
gonna
people
get it
on.
out, is what he's telling you. He's gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it out.
I don't know if they'll let us video it, but
I don't know, but I have a feeling
We might get some audio of him screaming.
I'm
So
losing my virginity today. So.
he's losing his AC. Everybody.
He might not want to. He might not want to talk to anybody for a couple
Steve's
days.
getting a massage next door while this is going on.
There we go.
The problem is when I walk outside now, will I whistle?
All I know is I hope they don't get our appointments screwed up.
Oh, that's true. I'm in there
You get
going,
the massage
I don't
and
know
I
what you're
get-
talking about. This feels pretty good.
I hope she lets me relax in the salt room while this
You'll
is
hear
going
me
on.
screaming bloody murder, being violated.
Oh, I
is
can't
too
wait.
funny,
It's gonna
too
be funny.
funny.
So how was your week this week, boys?
I think
Anything
I
exciting?
think we both did Texas. We were Texas boys this week.
It's sort of nice being here in this cool weather right now.
Oh,
I'll tell you what,
that's-
this is great.
Yeah, it's mostly cloudy, partly cloudy, no humidity,
After
sun.
90 degrees
Yes,
Oh,
and
it's been
humid all the
so
last few
hot.
weeks. Yeah.
But hey, it's summertime.
Yeah.
It always gets hot. You know,
And it's a little overcast here today.
here,
but it's
here,
a beautiful day.
here in 3 months, everybody would go, God damn, I wish it was hot again.
No, I got on my Harley and it was miserable.
Oh, it's like riding in a hairdryer.
Oh, yeah. It was just, yeah,
It's literally like riding in a hairdryer. You got
pretty
it.
much.
Everybody goes, why do you
way
ride
too
your
hot.
bike to work today, Dave? I go, because it's stinking hot out. I worked all day in the sweat. I'd like to sit in the car on the air
Unless you're
conditioner.
Craig and he puts his rain suit on, helmet,
His shoulder pads,
Yeah.
his skid plate, his,
jock strap up in it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That elephant was damn big that you cut a zero off of. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, okay. Do you? Yeah. Look at the size of baseball you're wearing, too. That's right. That's right. So,
No
Where'd
one's
you go
off
this
limits
week, Bill?
to Dave.
Same as Dave. I went to Texas and
Same place or what?
yeah,
yeah.
down Sinton, Texas. It's almost an hour from Corpus Christi.
But not 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're
We're right there, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me put it to you this way. We're an hour from
You
Mexico.
guys hauling them little aluminum bullets down there?
Yeah. Figure this
Wow.
out. I
Or cones, whatever.
cones they call them, yeah. we boogied all the way up down to Texas, delivered the cones, come back, got a load, took it over to Blue Scope over there in Delta, Ohio, dumped it, and then he says, "Well, come back to New Haven and go ahead and load again." And then he goes, "Well, I got a guy called in. He was supposed to bring a load of cones from Kendallville down to New Haven." I said, "Well, why don't I just go get the cones in Kendallville and then bring it over and dump it so they can just turn around and reload it right back on me. So that's what I did. So
Too funny. Too
yeah,
funny.
love double handling stuff. But
Double-
They're
double
good at
handling
that
stuff.
sometimes.
oh, so many companies do. Well, we can't mix it in. We got to check it out, and it's like they look just like yours, and it's
And we're actually.
think I would complain
anticipating
about
the
a double
people here,
handling.
running this show to come talk to us here.
yeah, they were. I sent Mike
I
after her,
haven't,
but
I haven't seen them back through here yet.
yeah, Mike sent him. I sent him
Oh, I
over
thought
there.
Mike went to get us food. I
Mike
was
go
like
get us
waiting.
food? Where's your buddy here with the tea guys here? Because he was on
don't
the.
know.
I seen him on the flyer. Remember, you got us.
I didn't get to walk around yet.
Are you
but-
eating something before you go to this thing today?
What's the name of the show?
Three fat
Fat
truckers.
What the hell do you think?
Well, I didn't know if they told you.
They
to
didn't
prep
tell me
or
nothing.
something, or
I don't
did
think there was
did
any
she
rules.
Tell you, try and plug it up. We'll get it.
Plug
I
it
still
up.
think
plug
you ought
it
to eat a
up.
gallon of chili and about 10 conies down
I'm
Coney
gonna go
Island.
in there and they're gonna have this weird camera to look at my colon, and that'll be about.
Oh, there
the
ain't no
highlight.
camera. They just got a power washer with on the end of a hose. They're running it. I think
seen-
they're going through your mouth and
I
pushing
seen
it all the way
I
through.
seen them do that on TikTok. They're selling them little things you screw on the end of your hose. You power wash things out. It squirts out towards you when you put it in there.
Told you, if your nose starts running brown,
I did bring Pocket
Cool.
Jesus, and it is close to Dave.
I maybe
so
ought to put him in my pocket before I go. Yeah,
what's that?
one of our pocket Jesuses we're giving out.
still
so-
not keeping
No,
it
leave
with-
your phone in your pocket with it recorded so we can hear
He
you.
still doesn't behave. Even he is getting cleaner about what he's giving out, though. He's
Yeah.
like, I got
Oh,
Pocket
my
Jesus.
phone is over there. My phone
He's
is.
not saying they smell like anything, is
No, no.
The truck shows
He's
up
like, they
air
might save you from falling off your bike. He keeps telling the kids.
Save you from falling off your bike. I don't know. Trying to hold on to it, you might wreck.
Oh,
That's
better
why
than
you
what
gotta
he
have it in your
typically
pocket.
says.
You know, don't you? Didn't anybody put demon bells on your bike yet? You got them yet?
I got a bell, yeah.
Did you buy it?
Yep.
Then it don't work. I'll buy you one. That has to be
Well,
somebody
I'll give
has.
you the one I bought. You pay me the money for it, and then give back to me.
Okay, that's
It's
fine.
just one I liked.
Well, it doesn't matter. That ain't the way it works.
Well,
Somebody has to buy it for you, and you hang it on there, and then it keeps the road demons off your.
yeah.
So,
Oh, I get it. I
Yes,
know what the
yes.
heck
No, I
says.
found one that was a
It-
POW one I liked.
okay. So, everybody, if you're enjoying the new camera work, Bill is over here playing keypad and working on.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of work.
Playing
It's
keypad.
a lot of work.
Well, it is hard for him to join in
Well,
the
yeah, he
conversation.
tries turning the camera
Yeah.
onto the person
Yeah,
that's
I'm
talking.
keenly listening to whoever's talking and trying to.
Check out that Scout. That ain't a bad looking old Scout right there. I like the
Right.
drivers.
There's a bunch of them over there, man. Real
Just
nice.
come on in here.
I,
She walking by with that elephant here again, ain't Sharon.
I know.
No,
So
No.
she's teasing the three fat
I'm
truckers.
sure.
It's like
Yeah.
she's walking
if you
by
bring
on
it,
purpose.
just leave the whole thing if you don't want it. Ask a fat trucker if he wants a bite.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh, that baby's still hot.
Here, I thought they were teasing.
That's why
the three-
she's eating it real
I thought you
slow.
were teasing them on purpose, like walking by. Ha!
Oh,
No way,
wanted to
you're
get
so
rid of it.
sweet.
that'll work.
You ask.
Oh,
Oh,
right
thank
there
you.
with you.
Oh my God, that is so good.
I was just asking for food too.
Many thanks.
Oh my God,
See,
hot.
the Pocket Jesus worked.
It did.
Did any of you guys work at Harvester?
I come over here and hauled their scrap out of here.
Okay.
That's about the closest I've done. And I've drove a lot of their trucks. And I still drive trucks home.
I used to maintain them, so.
Okay.
And I worked for Serval, so
You work for Serval?
I did years ago, yeah.
Well, he's an old trash guy.
Okay.
What's your name?
John Wolf. I
John.
worked in the garage with Park and Chris.
Yeah. Well, I
That's my cousin.
okay, yeah, I know. I'm Dave Hart.
John Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Where'd you go to high school?
Wayne,
Class 91.
90.
Yeah, we were in a couple classes together.
Okay.
Bill Hauser.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
We're on
wouldn't
Facebook
put that on
together.
nobody.
Really excited. He's like,
Don't recognize a lot of people anymore.
No, we all got
No,
old
it's
and
great.
fat. And,
it was great. Someone likes Bill.
I said I liked it. I just,
Oh, it comes out.
I knew him from school.
I'm like, yeah, he's that prick that sat in front of me.
kept getting all the girls, and I couldn't get.
Office a lot.
Oh,
I moved out to Vegas
Why are you back here?
96, 97.
Oh, okay.
Moved back here in 2016.
Well, welcome back.
I sold my store. I used to have a sexy dress and lingerie store. Sold it. It's cheaper to live back here. So,
We have a few of those stores here. It's
after,
like,
after being hit by multiple drunk drivers out there, it just,
wow.
Yeah, it doesn't
wow.
pay, so.
yeah,
That's
been
terrible.
Hit by 6 drunk drivers all between 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Really? Wow.
Well, that don't taste very good
That's
at
the
all.
prime time to be drinking, I guess.
It's terrible. It's terrible. You might want to just leave it alone.
Yeah, you have passed it that Steve didn't get you.
Oh, yeah.
You can sleep it off and then hit the casino. Yeah.
Then you can get the casinos
thing's
or you
still-
can go out later that night, see? So,
See how I got that closer to us?
I don't know. Well, hey, thank you.
that wasn't hard to get rid of it, get away from him at all, was it? There you go.
Not being a girl.
Good seeing you, John.
Yep.
Take it easy, bud.
You got it. God bless.
Yep.
Well, you run into anybody here, I guess.
Well, we are in our backyard. This is our backyard.
Yeah.
know.
I seen a fella I knew earlier.
How many people we run into on the road? It's funny, but yet we come
yeah.
to our backyard.
Well, I had our favorite fan Richie message me this week,
Yeah.
and he was asking about a truck stop. It was okay to stay there and everything down there at Haiti
Haiti.
in Missouri.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I said, well, I'll tell you what, right next to that pilot is the old double nickel. That's the best pork steaks, but I think they're closed.
Yeah.
'Cause Mom said they closed last time she was there.
Really?
So, but I didn't hear any more from him, and he's like, I figured my time wrong. I didn't have enough hours. I'm at
I can't believe
this
you
truck
guys
stop
are eating food that a complete stranger brought you.
that you started, Dave. They could have put some saltpeter on that. You know.
Well,
Might have been.
you had the first bite and nothing happened to you, so I thought.
Oh, yeah, I was the guinea pig.
Where was that? Okay, she said something to him. I might be back.
Oh,
But
get your pocket.
are we at a break yet, Bill, or where are we at?
Oh, I guess we could. We're at
We
about
ain't taking no
17
break.
minutes.
We're live on TikTok right now. You're watching us eat funnel cake.
Talking for our podcast for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
he needs a break to put in our commercial, so.
Okay,
All right.
30
Well,
seconds here.
we'll be right back.
we'll be right back after this.
Hey, Steve, what'd they say? Or Mike, what'd they say?
My God, you're as bad as somebody's parent running. Three.
And we're back.
Wow, I never even left.
I ran over and got the elevator for you.
Yeah, thank you about that. The only problem is between Lee and Bill,
Yeah, I just need to
three more bites, there ain't gonna be nothing left.
Well,
Well, I
refill
was
my
sitting here
coffee.
praying for food, and
They're sitting there eating the
It
good
worked.
part, the center
I
with all
am.
the bottom. Yeah, they're into the good stuff right now.
I'll tell you what. I'll take an
Yeah.
That makes you feel better.
once our guests
Well,
get
while
here, I
we're-
have to move, so I'm going to move closer to it.
Oh, that's true.
While we're out of here, let's plug next show we're going to hit down at Nebo, West Virginia at the You Save Travel Plaza, the American Trucking Historical Society Truck Show, the 6th annual. Me and Malia was down there last year for the 5th annual. It was a pretty fun time. Not a real big show, but they did have quite a bit of nice looking trucks there.
Isn't that's one of the antique
Yep, American Trucking Historical
Yeah,
Society.
that's right.
Flatbread Red, and I think her husband are a president of one of their chapters or something.
Yeah, they won't be there. They'll be in Australia. They're going to Australia.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, old Kerry Smith down there, I think he's the president. He's the one running stuff. You can find him on Facebook or just look up the American Trucking Historical Society there for West Virginia. You can find Kerry. He's got it on his Facebook page advertising. It's on Saturday, August 16th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a one-day show. Registration is from 9 to 12.
Cookie he's got over there.
Noon, they'll have the national anthem.
He's like a mouse.
He is so happy.
From noon to 4, they'll have music by the Cowboys. That's with a K.
Cowboys with a K?
Yep. And then they'll have some drawings. 3:45, they have the women's drawing. They have some pretty neat stuff they gave away last year, remember?
They're giving away a woman.
Not a woman.
Oh, okay.
4:15, they got a drawing for the kids. And then at 4:30, they do a 50-50.
Is it kind of like I seen in the back of the Highlight magazine where I draw the parrot? I got to draw a kid.
You got drunk.
Oh,
Last
that wrong
year-
kind of drawing. I'm
Last
sorry.
year they had a drawing, a guy, it was pretty cool. He made a chandelier out of aluminum Alcoa wheel. They hung, I mean, it was really cool looking. I don't know how much, it was a raffle. I don't know how much they raised that time, but they do drawings and stuff to raise money for
Right.
their group there. So,
Well, that's awesome.
but we had a pretty good time down there last year. Hope to see some more faces there, maybe more people we know. I don't know if the boys are going to make it down this year or not.
Well, you know what else we're going to try doing at
we
the
doing?
show? For some reason, in 2 weeks, I keep having this weird dream at home. A biscuit world seems to be falling
There's
into my.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't?
I drove,
It's
I
weird.
drove by him and kept sending you pictures, and you guys are like, stop and get us some.
It's a weird dream I keep having, and
Well, the ones they was
Weird
advertising
dream.
was in
Like,
blueberry.
what's
ones.
happening? What are you doing with these biscuits at Biscuit World?
I
Why is
don't
it
know yet.
weird?
It just shows me.
You'll
pulling
know
up
when
in the
you'll
parking
know
lot.
when he gets cleaned out today.
I'm making room. I'm making
But-
room for them biscuits.
Get on Facebook and check out Carrie Smith's page there. It's Carrie with a K, Kerry, and
Hmm.
You like using that K a lot.
well,
Yeah,
it's
he does.
Cowboys, KOW.
Oh my! Watch it! Watch it! We get watch it. Get careful.
So, but we'll be there and hope to see everybody else.
That is true. So now we got our homework done.
Now we got our homework done.
Well, I don't know if we had any
job,
show
Steve.
notes.
Good job,
I did the
Steve.
foodie corner. He didn't have time to do any notes today. 'Cause
I didn't make any.
We got
notes.
plenty of stuff here
Oh, we
today.
got plenty of stuff here.
But,
let's talk about this dune ride. I'd like to get that guy over here, and he. Wonder how long they've been doing that, and because that thing's been around. I've seen that on.
You see
flyers.
it on flyers.
Every hotel you drove out of
pictures.
in Michigan, you see
They
that
got them
flyer
little-
with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty cool. He brought that down here.
You'll have to make sure you get some pictures of it that way.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
I got a
Go.
little short video of it up front.
Kind of hard to talk with your mouth full there, driver.
I know.
Speaking of that, food here. We're gonna jump up the food, get this over with because it's a little long this time, but it's a place you fellas know. Foodie corner. Well, another week gone by again, and we're talking food. They say do what you know, and by gosh, Three Fat Truckers knows food. Let me tell you. This week we found another food challenge, of course. This is one of my favorites because it's an old school mom and pop. This is by Michigan Live. Michigan truck stop known for its big food challenges, including a 7-pound burrito.
Holy smoke!
Really?
Calhoun County, Michigan. Arlene's truck stop, boys. Do we know where Arlene's is?
No.
Exit 92 off of 94.
Really?
North about. It's not on the. It's not on the interstate. You can't see
Oh, I
it.
know where. Yeah, I
You
know.
got to go north.
Yep.
Up there, maybe half mile, a mile.
Because exit 92, I was hauling that fertilizer stuff out of Houston back up there, but I went south
Yeah.
down to old 84, and it
Well,
was right there by the
They
green.
got this is the old mom and pop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not a lot of truck parking. I'm not sure how many there is. I would say 15 or less. But always busy, always good food. It's connected to Arlene's is connected to a gas station about a half mile off of 94,
I just used my skirt.
and it doesn't look like much on the outside.
You want to use my skirt?
Oh,
Get one of them napkin packs.
no, there is wet wipes in the trailer, too.
Oh.
But new customers often turn in to repeat customers because the food is just that good, said head server Tiffany Lee. We're surprising a lot of people, said kitchen manager Serena Smitty. You see it on, you're like, oh, well, it's
you
a
doing
truck
today?
stop. But then you come in and you're treated like family. It's home for us, and it should be home for them. Arlene's is at 4647 West Columbia Avenue, just off I-94. Exit 92, they opened in 1967 by Arlene McCoy. She died in 1998, but many of her recipes are still used today. I'm just going to skip down here.
It's so funny.
It's a small.
We're wiping
this
the
is a pretty
sugar
long
off.
article, but I'll trim it down some. One of them is called the Mack Truck Challenge. It's a 5.5
doing
pound
today?
burger
Wonderful.
with bacon, ham steak, 4 eggs, cheese, and fries.
That's all right.
Oh, you're
He's
all right.
talking. So,
Mute your mic when you're
There's a loaded Big A, biscuits and gravy. That's
big A.
22-ounce bun smothered in sausage gravy, cheese, and bacon. There's a Big A wet burrito, 7-pound burrito with cheese, enchilada sauce, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, and black olives. There's a Freightliner, 6 eggs, bacon, ham, sausage, hash browns, half order biscuits and gravy, and 3 jumbo pancakes.
That's breakfast.
There's all these challenges.
Oh, wow.
They are open from 6 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 6 a.m. to 8:30 on Friday, and 8 to 7:30 on Saturdays and Sundays. It's just one of them good mom and pop restaurants. I mean, you
How
don't
far
find
is
that
it
many,
from here?
many more. Huh?
How far is it from here?
Hop, skip, and a jump, girl.
Yeah, I'm wanting to go up.
When you go to Michigan, where you go
That's
to
what
Michigan?
I'm saying. Well, I
Just go west on 94, and it's exit 92. You get on it to 108, so it's only
Hour and a half.
16 miles from 69. Go west.
It's the third exit down after you get on.
Yeah, it's 16 miles.
Okay.
They just built a new
But
hub somewhere, or a new pilot right by there.
Okay.
yeah, they had a pilot right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I remember I've slept there many a times.
Probably hear me a little better when I turn the mic back on. That's okay. I'm talking to people. There's a lot of things going on,
Oh,
guys, here.
yeah.
I just keep muting my mic, so.
He's trying to get more food.
And don't say 3 skinny truckers. Come on.
We didn't get this way from not eating. That's
That's
what
right.
I keep telling people.
That's
Oh, I'm not going to complain. That's why I hang out with you guys. I love food. That way.
And the problem is, you piss all of us off because you eat more than all 3 of us. And
Look how
Fine.
skinny she
I
is.
know it.
I keep telling her, I'm like, yeah, I hope you get a fat ass.
It's all the walking I do.
Yeah, we don't. We sit and drive. She literally walks all night long.
I do. I mean, I did that step
The
thing.
stuff,
and I
but the
forgot.
stuff you eat, you should have a black girl butt for some reason. Because you eat all that crap.
So
it's
what
gotta go
is a
somewhere.
black girl butt?
Yeah,
It's got a
right.
shelf on it. You can set your beer. That's what you call a bubble butt, Brazilian.
A bubble butt.
No, it's all the squats and stuff you do, like wipe and trim. It's a lot of
Wipe
working
and piss
out.
off the floor, right?
That's only in the women's bathroom. They
yeah,
can't hit.
yeah, they can't hit the hole.
I-
What's the deal? Sit down, ladies. Come on.
Man, I do, and everybody calls me sissy. Well, that or I just walk in there.
Supposed to pull your pants down first.
Okay, how many times you been
Oh,
so
my.
lazy you walk in there and go, oh fuck it, and just pee in the shower?
Oh no! Hold on. It was,
dark, I don't wanna turn the light on.
It was the guy and girl that was just been dating for a while, and they're getting used to each other, and they move in together, and she looks at him and says, "Do you ever go to the bathroom in the shower?" Or he asks her. She's like, "Yeah." She goes, "Do you ever go in the bathroom in the shower?" He says, "Yeah, but you got to stomp them turds down."
They just don't go down the drain so easy.
That's disgusting.
As long as the water's running, you can keep it clean. Keep the water running. Turn it
You
up.
got to tamp them down with your foot, though.
You know what I just noticed?
I gave you a picture in your mind, didn't I?
me-
And she's just shaking her head going,
Me and the girl we're supporting the old hats, and Bill and Steve are supporting the new ones.
well, this has got more color on it from my shirt.
Yeah,
The only one I got.
And my shoes, got my shoes.
Woo, look at
going
there.
too, matching.
Yeah,
I don't know if
That
I
is-
got in the camera, but
I know it made me jealous. I want
It made it
black
on
and
the live
orange
stream.
boots.
so
oh, there we go. There we
Now
go.
I need black and orange boots.
yeah, now you got to get some
I need to get.
shoe polish. Just a little red shoe polish on.
I
there
need to
with
get
some
my
orange.
get my beard dyed orange now.
No.
Half and half, black, orange.
Black stripe in the center, orange on. Yeah.
So
Like a
we're gonna when we get done with our little show here, we're gonna jump on the old buggy here and run around and get some pictures of everything. You guys, did either one of you guys ever haul out of here or bring anything out?
Used to come in here all the time.
Oh yeah.
Did you
All the
really?
As
time.
far as after it was
Oh, hold on a second.
after it was
How you
closed
doing
down.
there, young man?
Hey everybody, we're still here at the Harvester Show. John Glancy here sat down with us, give us a little info on the international harvesters things and stuff we have here.
I heard something about a little bit about
Just
Scout.
a little bit.
Just a little.
Okay.
Been in it
okay.
for 40
I got a
years.
Jeep over here. Is it kind of the same thing?
I know a little bit about Jeeps as well. I run a company called Super Scout Specialist, and we specialize in Scout parts. And another company called Scout Lightline Distributors, and we took over where Navistar International left off and make the OEM parts.
Okay. Okay.
Scouts. So And I also put on a show called the IH Scout and Light Truck Nationals. It's over in Springfield, Ohio. So another big show like this.
Oh, they do this in Springfield too, huh?
Yeah,
I'd go down there, but they just got told by one of the guys that worked here, then went down there. They don't like the Fort Wayne people down there. They thought they were coming to take their jobs.
not true at all.
It's funny how you can get both sides
I
of the
know,
story.
yeah.
They called them boat people
Boat people?
because they drove from Fort Wayne to Springfield.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them drove every day, and they had buses and they trucked
Yeah.
back and forth.
That's what he said. He stayed down there with a couple guys in a trailer, and then they come
There's
home.
no animosity.
Yeah.
Springfield people and the Fort Wayne people meshed well after.
Can't have them old Springfield
After
people
it's
took our
closed
jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just Fort Wayne. So International Harvester had other plants, and they were on a recall list too. So a guy from Moline or the Farmall plant could bump into Springfield. So
Yeah.
it wasn't just Fort Wayne. They
So-
all bumped around different plants. So
The only thing you didn't take was our test track.
right, right. But International is still building trucks in Springfield.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they're-
And
they-
you said your dad worked here for 38 years?
He was a branch manager in Springfield and then was like a district manager for truck sales for the
Gotcha.
company. So we always had travelogues and pickups and later scouts in the driveway. Yeah, we get a new one every 6 months.
And now do you have one still now?
I've got probably 30.
30.
Okay, I had
Some people would call that an obsession.
Well, I do have a museum at our shopping
Do you?
There you
So
go.
most
Cool.
of them are sitting in there.
I had a weird international pickup truck. I've traced the numbers back because I had to buy one of the locking hubs went bad on the Dana axles on the front. Yeah, I know. Nobody can see my hand dogging. But it was
changing the dial.
a 11,
Is that what that
12
was?
series. And
11, 10,
no.
11. What year?
It was built for the State Department or the Street Department. Or I don't know if it was the county or the state. That's where, and I got it from Duck Harvester down or Fort Wayne International Harvester down on Duck Street.
Okay.
Is where I got it.
Sure.
And they told me because I looked it up and I couldn't find nothing on it. And I'm like, why can't I find nothing on it? They go, it's a state truck. It's not a. It wasn't sold to the general public. It was only sold for the thing. And it was just like the rest of them.
Still, you should have been able to order a line sheet, which is the build ticket, and it would have told.
Yeah, I was young and dumb. I was
Yeah.
just wanted four-wheeler.
Right.
Yeah. And,
Was it a pickup truck?
It was a pickup truck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because when I take the tailgate off, the bed would wave at me when I go down the road.
They did have a little rust problem.
But I did like that truck.
Yeah.
I was amazed. It had a 345 in it, I think.
Yep.
I believe that was
345
mine
V8.
with an automatic.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So, but
Do you know what about year it was?
Oh.
70s, 60s? Rounded or square bodied?
it was square body. I think it was.
Okay. So it'd be 69 to 75.
Yeah, yeah.
In there,
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
Well,
Kind of like that body style there.
That's what they consider the D body.
The D body.
69
yeah.
to 75.
Yeah.
Now-
Because the front maybe could have been maybe a 1211 or a,
They had 1210, they had 1200.
it was
That's 3/4 ton, 1200.
it was a 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive.
1210.
now that one is sitting right there with the camper in it. It says diesel and it's Cummins on the side. That's a swap, isn't it? Because they didn't
Well,
they didn't
They
offer
didn't
that.
offer
yeah.
the next one. That's a Scout too. That ain't even a truck.
No,
Oh yeah, that's
a Scout.
correct. They had Nissan diesels in them.
did they?
Oh, they did have Nissan.
Well, it says Cummins on the side of that one.
76 to 79, they had a non-aspirated Nissan.
Is that the 4-cylinder one that they built?
633? It's a 6.
Okay.
And then in 1980, they had a turbo version. So I also co-wrote the International Scout Encyclopedia. So
I seen the one up in Auburn at the Auburn Cord Museum
Wow.
at a show somewhere else, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that's the one that was up in Auburn. I didn't know.
the
They-
Plastic Scout, they call it.
that what they called it, the plastic
Plastic.
Scout. Yeah.
Yeah, it was made out of composite material.
Huh.
If it's the one in the
Bill's eating again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. And I seen it somewhere else, and I'm like,
an SSV.
wait a minute, that's the one that was up at Auburn.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I live 20 minutes, 15 minutes from Auburn, And I've never been to the World War II Museum up there, and everybody says you need to go to it. It is amazing.
I haven't been either, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, I need
Where's
to.
it at? Auburn?
Auburn exit, the first exit right there.
Oh, really?
So the one, what is it? The 126? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it is. So
Now,
Or-
you said you have a museum over in Springfield?
Yeah, it's in the.
Where's
actually,
it located
Enid,
at?
Ohio,
If somebody wanted to come take a look.
right off I-70 between Dayton and Columbus.
And what's it called?
Super Scout Specialist.
Super Scout Specialist? Okay.
Yeah, we have parts sales there, used, new. We make parts. We have a body shop. We have a service department.
have you got into the
warehouses.
3D printer stuff yet?
We've got plenty of that as well. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody for
It is. It is.
parts now, people, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because there was lots of stuff you couldn't get.
We ship parts all over the world: Australia, England, Europe. That's a diesel.
I say it
That's-
sounded like
yeah,
a diesel.
That has a Mitsubishi diesel in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just had one drive by for the people on the podcast. I have no idea what we're talking about. That's okay. But
And Bill's choking on an elephant
he,
here.
he not mic'd up, so we don't care.
He's not
So
sharing.
you
He
got
took
any
it.
digits? Throw all your digits out there. Your
Go with www.superscoutparts.com. You can find our website,
okay.
and that's where the museum. You can find links to that.
You got a Facebook page or TikTok page?
We're
or-
on there.
You're all over?
Under Super Scout.
Okay,
Specialist.
so everybody can jump
Okay.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this out when we get to the
Yeah.
house. this
Yeah,
afternoon.
and if you ever get in the Springfield area, check out the museum.
Okay.
So
Have I been to Springfield? I know I've had to.
You drove through it many a times.
Why can't I think of where it's at?
It's right across 70.
'Cause it's on the Simpsons.
Other side of 75.
one of our highlights is we've got the original Scout plant sign hanging on the wall in the
Oh, do ya?
museum. Yeah, it's a big long
Okay.
Scout sign, and it has IH and it says Scout plant.
I am an IH guy. I grew up driving that tractor just like that one many days. At 706, and I think out to 10.
We have tractors in the museum
Yeah.
as well. Some H's and a couple C's.
I keep threatening to buy one.
Cadets.
Yeah.
the
Well,
one-
there's a 400 right over your shoulder, right over
He's
back there
coming back
too. So
on the
yeah.
little gadget.
That's a pretty tractor.
It is a good-looking tractor.
I drove plenty of cab overs when I first started driving, but they was all 70s. I mean,
yeah.
the ones that was out there, the Transtars. And then moved up to the conventionals where you had the big Super Double Eagles and stuff, and
I got to drive a
far as
4030
big
once, but
Class
most,
8.
most of the stuff I drove was GMC, the 95 series, Astros, and then when we come over here to 11s, then I got to drive the lone or the
So the show that we put on is held at the plant,
at the plant.
at the international plant.
Is it still operating any?
Yeah, so we have golf cart tours through the plant,
Okay.
and they actually let us. There's an International Harvester sign still hanging inside the plant, and they'll let us drive inside the plant. You take a photo underneath that sign, and then this year they let us go and park on the end of the assembly line on the actual tracks and take photos.
So you guys put on your show there?
Yes.
Well,
It's in June.
Can I get a hold of you and maybe
Yeah.
next year come down and
Absolutely.
come to your show?
You'd be more than
that would
welcome.
be a fun show to
We'd
go
love to have you.
Oh, yeah.
go down there and have a working plant.
This year we
When
have
is it? In June?
it's June 12th through the 14th
Okay.
next year.
Next year.
This year we had the two new Scout prototypes.
Oh,
at
did
the
you?
show. So the electric Scouts
Yeah,
were there.
yeah, yeah.
They went over pretty good. They're pretty nice looking vehicles.
Are they going to take?
I think they need to consider a gas engine, but they are considering a range extender.
Okay.
They're not considering it. They are putting a 150-mile gas engine range extender, supposedly with a 15-gallon tank option or a 19-gallon tank option. And
So they're basically going to make a hybrid out of it.
of sorts.
There's nothing better than watching the videos of the Tesla guy and he needs gas for the little Honda generator in the bed.
Right. So, I mean, they hit a home run. I was at the reveal in Nashville, Tennessee, where they showed them for
Okay.
the first time, and they did a really
I've
nice
seen
job.
pictures of them. Yeah, they look
They're H2 Hummer size.
basically, yeah.
They're large. They're larger than you think.
So they went big on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably
they're
because of
so
the
heavy.
battery.
Yeah, the
That's
battery.
what she
battery.
said.
And me and Bill's talked about this a number of times and stuff. I'm not against the battery vehicles, but they need to do like China. China did their heavy equipment where you pull into a gas station, you drop the battery out, you put a new battery in, and you go.
That's what I
Until they get that
An
technology
energy
up.
cylinder exchange.
Yeah, where
They should be able to do that.
We can. We got the technology. They're trying to build them like cell phones. And cell
I
phones.
watch them in a warehouse on forklifts. They'll pull a slab out, grab a new slab.
I know what they do it. China, they do it in their
Yeah.
semis. They run over town. They pull in there. They slide the battery out. They slide another one in. So it can be done. Trying to rely on one battery, and plus, you'll never have a resale value if you have a battery in there because time the car's wore out, then you're going to have to spend 20 grand to put a battery in it,
Right. That's
and
not
it's just not going to
Or
work.
10 grand to scrap it to get rid of the battery.
Right.
There's
It's
the cold problem.
yeah. It don't hold well up in the cold.
Right.
No, because it's got to be heated at all times.
Yeah. So, well, that is awesome.
hate to interrupt.
You're fine.
We're speaking about electrons now in vehicles instead of combustion, and I have a lot of knowledge about that in the future.
Yeah.
Of what's going to come, and all this other nonsense will be all gone.
Am I wrong by switching battery system?
Yeah, that's not a valid.
It's not going to be able
China
to.
doesn't do that.
Well,
China's
well,
I didn't know.
so much smarter. This company called BYD,
Heard of them?
BYD or Built Your Dreams, they have the most advanced electrical everything cars in the world right now over everybody.
yeah.
And then the only other one that's as smart as them is Mercedes-Benz, who has invented the actual
Are you getting anything?
electric motor now. That's revolutionary. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
This is all brand new. Just
Yeah,
came out
yeah.
this week. So instead of radio, which everybody has.
Here, come here, buddy. Talking to the microphone. We ain't getting enough off of you.
Yeah, hang on
And
a
it's just
second.
going to be dead space if you're going
Let
to
me-
talk to us
Let me
about it.
hang a second. Can I go?
You're right ahead. We'll finish this
Why
up.
don't we finish this interview then?
And you come back.
Oh, it's an interview.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you're okay.
You're fine.
Thanks.
You're next.
Sorry.
So, date's over. Get out. Okay. So, cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
we'll talk to you in a minute.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Mike, you're fired.
Get the rope up. Get the rope up.
Yep. You need.
That's all right. Let's finish the part.
yeah.
So, it is something that we can come to next year. And
Oh yeah, we would love to have you.
Yeah.
And, I think there would be a lot for you to see, and I mean this is a great show as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a different crowd, a different set of
Well, it's still it's a working plant too.
that.
Yeah,
too.
That's
that's
the
what
other
I'm
part.
excited
Yeah, that's
about.
yeah.
Said June 12th through the 14th.
Yeah, and the cool thing is they take you through it in golf carts.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
about 25.
That's why I bought that one because I can't walk no more.
And then letting us drive inside the plant. I never imagined. I wouldn't even have asked. Oh, well, how would you like to park on the end of the assembly line?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right in front of a brand new truck where the tracks are.
Where they're coming out.
If you look at our website or our
I
Facebook,
will.
there are photos of that.
Okay.
We had about 70 people do it. 70 trucks.
Well, very cool. Very
So
cool.
one more time so I get this straight. June 12th through the 14th next year?
Yes.
And to look it up, it's super.
No, the website for that is Midnight Star, MIDITE Star product or .org. MidnightStar.org.
Okay.
So you're invited, and you can get a hold of me through that.
Sounds good.
Now, if I have a business card, I'll give you that too.
We take cash too.
You can just write it on it. Here, you can write it
Or
on it.
ice
I see
cream.
it.
You can write it on F50 if you want.
I'll take ice cream instead.
Thank you.
Sounds
brother.
good. Well, thanks, John, for stopping by. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, and thanks
I look
for
forward to next
Steve,
year.
you got your Scout on there. That same color as his truck.
that Scout.
Wow.
Is the Scout that my father
like
let
it.
me order when I was 15 years old.
Woo!
His sales, it was his next sales truck. I never got to drive it legally because he sold it before I was 16.
But you drove it because I caught
totally.
the legally part. It's awesome.
Bottom, and it's now in my museum.
Very
So,
cool.
There's a story behind finding it, but I'll save that for another time.
We will.
Next year's show.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping by, filling us in. This is kind of what we're looking for. People that been here knows why we're here. And like I told these guys, we live here in town. This is our local thing. And we travel. We go to Louisville for the big truck show down there. We go out to Iowa 80. We've been all over. So we got to come here, and they didn't even charge us as a vendor fee.
We will not either.
But I paid them $100 anyways because I want this event to come out here. This is a good thing, and
It's all good.
I'm so afraid, and me and Bill has talked about this so many times, that our youth is going to forget what
Right.
Yeah.
what we all went through and why we are where we're at in life now.
Even the muscle cars, the other tractors, and all of that is the young
Well-
people are not getting involved, and we need
Not like
I'll tell you what, I've seen a few kids, they got to be farm kids here, that brought some old pickups and stuff. They had them on a trailer. They've said, oh, there's one pulling one. And that kid couldn't have been 17, 18 years old.
But that's cool that he
Young
did
kid, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Well,
I appreciate it.
thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Sir. Hope to see
thank you.
Get a hold of me, and we'll figure out how
We'll
to
do
We
that.
will.
If this is your setup, this will work fine.
This is,
We
yep.
have inside buildings too, so
Okay. So
lots of indoors.
we do.
Hey, everybody, it's Steve with Three Fat Truckers. Sitting here with me at the Harvester Homecoming is my two buds and the girl. How we doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
All right.
I don't know. My day's not going so good. It's getting later in the afternoon, so
You better get I think you need a gallon of chili
yeah.
and some
We'll hit
coloring.
Wendy's on the way out of here.
Oh,
I'm
Oh, you buying?
I'll buy.
he's getting roto rooters
You didn't
later.
bring your wallet, so
No,
I
I
know
didn't.
you're not. So
Nope.
We're getting a few interviews in here today. We're sitting here now with a gentleman called Rocket Rex. How we doing, Rocket Rex?
Awesome. My life's odometer is reading 70, and it's amazing that I'm still on the planet and able to do things.
you're the same age as our producer. I think he's got you by a year. Guy sitting behind me, is the same
Wow.
age.
So I'm in my seventh decade. I'm sorry, seventh, and hopefully it continues.
Well, that's awesome.
So what do you bring to the table here? You was showing us this
Oh, this
item here.
is awesome. So this is a man on tractor.
Right, the camera's right there looking at you.
Oh.
Raise it up. There you go.
Sorry about that. Let me get that
Oh,
right.
you're fine.
Is that in there now?
That'll work. He's putting it in my camera, but either way.
Here's your camera right here.
Oh,
It's looking right at you. And what do you got there?
This is
an
awesome.
iconic man on tractor, International Harvester Truck Group, paperweight.
Okay, before you go any farther, let me ask the table. Do you know why they call that a man on tractor?
Man,
It looks like a man on a tractor. Those are
That's
tractor
right.
wheels.
The red part
yeah.
is the man, and the tractor is behind him.
Okay.
And the eye looks like his head.
Now this is the original design here that was done by Raymond Loewy, who is the most amazing industrial designer of all time. And he designed awesome Duesenbergs, Cords, and Auburns, and he styled the 1963 Studebaker Avante automobile.
Can I see it?
Yeah, and he was the one who invented that right there, man on tractor, for International Harvester.
Oh, wow.
As their logo to go to, and originally it was not even going to be for applications to the equipment that they produced. It was only going to be originally for internal use, for documentation, and for the executives. This newer logo over the original triple treatise,
Right.
IHC logo, but they hit the mother load on this one.
Oh, that one is. That's iconic. Everybody
It
in
is.
the world knows what
Yeah.
that is.
It's
That
the most
emblem.
iconic logo of any brand in the world.
Well, growing up,
Pretty awesome.
It is.
we had a freezer. We had a refrigerator.
Yeah.
I farmed with neighbors that had tractors. My dad drove the truck. It was surprising how much International Harvester did, which was kind of the downfall. I think they got their
True
feet
story.
in too many
Yeah.
things.
Their portfolio was too wide, and that's what brought them to their knees.
Yes.
True story.
Yeah.
But that freezer run years, never had a problem with it.
They still do.
Yeah.
I
You
was
know.
over in Ohio at Super Scout John, who you just interviewed.
Yeah.
And they have them over there, and they're running like brand new.
Yeah. They remember they had the latch hoods. Latch to come down and collect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they always told us when we were kids, don't play in the refrigerator, you'll get locked
Locked
in
in
there.
it.
And stuff.
Yeah, they.
That's probably the reason they always had you rip the doors off where you had to
That's
strap
right.
'em.
That's right. You had to have the doors off.
But how many kids were playing in refrigeraters or freezers?
I did.
Maybe hide and seek or something. I don't know. I never
They
did.
weren't Harvester refrigerators because they were still running. They were them cheap
Pretty
ones.
much. Pretty much.
And back then there wasn't a lot of Chinese. You got Whirlpool. You got
Frigidaire.
Frigidaire. Yep.
GM. I have one, and it's amazing still.
Yeah.
It's similar to the Harvester
Yeah.
in quality.
So it's just amazing, some of that stuff. But that icon,
Yeah.
I forgot that
So-
it's called Man on Tractor.
So this is the original version here. Let me see. And the obviously you got the wheels here. You got the main body of the tractor here, and then that's the man operating it. And the original script that Raymond Loewy came up with, that's all tied in right here between the I and the H.
Yeah.
There was a later second edition where there's a separation here on both sides of the H and the I, and it's got radiuses around the corner that came later. I have some of those here too.
I have to look
Huh.
at
It's
that. 'cause
interesting,
I
and there's
see
a
that.
the third edition is owned by New Holland Case IH that owns all the rights since '84.
Right.
The farm alls and everything. They're still in production. J.I. Case, Jerome Increase Case, and that guy was a bad dude too. Awesome guy, Mr. Case, and he ultimately that's why International Harvester handed over the rights and everything to them because they were working together for a long time. In fact, the last tractors from Moline, from the Farmall Skunk Works, they were working on to keep the company in the black was International was going to be producing some Case tractors for them at the Moline plant. Mm-hmm. But then that all fell apart, and ultimately this deal came where they gave everything to them, all the properties.
Yeah, and that was right after. That was right before. What's the company over there in Ohio? Steve's wife works for. Oh,
Your sister-in-law, not mine.
I was going to say we're not.
yeah.
You just
Well,
owes me $20.
Tenneco bought
Tenneco.
it. Because Tenneco owned.
Yeah.
Case. I knew it'd come to me.
That's correct.
Yes.
And they're
It
the
might be today, it might be tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I'm 66. I'm lucky I remembered to get here today.
Yeah, Tenneco.
Yeah.
They're huge. So ultimately, that was really sad. It was all the undoing, mostly of one person, Archie McCardle, and he was the savior that Brooks McCormick brought in. So Brooks McCormick was the great grandson of Cyrus McCormick from the Reaper, from 1831.
Right.
That's how far International goes back.
Yeah, I know. I followed all the way back.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Forget about Generous
Yeah.
Motors and Ford Motor Company, even Mr. Chrysler or anybody else.
Yep.
These guys came first. You know,
I remember John Deere bought their first tractor to get into the tractor because they made implements, and they spent $2 million and wrote it out to the. Why'd I just lose it?
yeah.
It's
A Davism.
Something boy. What is the name of it?
Amboy.
What?
What'd you say?
Something boy was the first John Deere tractor made.
Amboy.
No. God, everybody's yelling at their radios and phones and knowing what it is.
You're talking a
Plowboy.
single lunger or a dual lunger?
It was the first twin lunger they
Twin
come out.
lunger.
Right, yeah.
Those are wicked.
Iowa boy,
Just
Iowa.
skip over because you're going to
Yeah.
bust a blood vessel.
Continue on.
Continue on.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
No,
So
you
can I
don't.
continue to speak
Yes,
about?
go ahead.
So Archie McCardle, he was brought in the late 70s to sort the company out, International Harvester. So that had been in Chicago, there at Sears Tower, you know, and everything where the powers to be were at the time. The headquarters now is in Lisle, Illinois, for International Motors. There's no more Navistar or anything, which is great. Volkswagen is, you know, they're doing everything they can, the Germans, to honor our history and everything, and you know, continue the legacy of International. And but when Archie McCardle was brought in, and he was the president of Xerox Corporation, invented Xerox. This guy was smart, but he had no clue how to deal with the union. And this was the biggest downfall, even more than anything else, of International Harvester's demise, was the separation or the disconnect between the top tier of the corporation down through the mid-managers and then down to the manufacturing floors and even the engineering. There was not a proper respect there for the pay that the workers and everybody was due. And that's ultimately, there was many strikes, and the strike in 79 was the worst one in the history of the world.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
This is
Longest, too.
This is not, thank you. This is not
Yeah.
funny. And then to complicate it or compound it, the whole sadness at that point, not only of international, but our country's history, was Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer, who was in control, the president, and he had this huge problem with Russia over grain and everything. So he put this huge tariff thing that destroyed our farmers' ability to be successful. Okay? And there was a recession going on, and then international.
I think international for that strike, if I remember, lost $400 million.
Yes.
Then in 72.
That would have been
During-
billions.
That,
today.
yeah, that'd be billions.
Yes.
Yes.
So
big money then.
So it was so crippling. It was so crippling, and they lost the plot, everything. And Archie McCardle, he had no clue how to navigate it with the UAW.
That's when they started selling off everything. wasn't
Yes, and him and this other Dumkoff guy, that he was a negotiator. That's all they had to go to the bargaining table with the UAW, and they stonewalled the UAW. They lied to them. They wouldn't give them anything, and this went on for 6 months. And the company was bleeding. The workers were not. I mean, they weren't there. I mean, the whole thing was shutting down, and then the Jimmy Carter did the thing with the tariffs, and then ultimately the farmers, once it got going again, the company back, they were so underwater with new equipment, and they just committed mass suicide, which is so tragic.
It was, yeah. It's one of the oldest companies names in the world, and yes, but I feel maybe it's the Sears Tower, because me and Bill talked about this. Sears did the same thing.
Yeah,
Sears did Amazon
Sears and Roosevelt.
before Amazon was Amazon since the 1800s. It was a catalog, mail-in catalog. You know, they did Amazon, and then they let it go because they put the wrong people in high places at that time. And Harvester did the same thing.
And believe it or not, I have a iconic Sears catalog with me from 1975, this thick, for Scout replacement parts and Jeep replacement parts that they offered that were high quality. Whole catalog with everything, including overdrive transmissions, everything for Scouts and Jeeps. I have it with me.
Wow.
What was the other one, Steve?
It's pretty cool.
J.C. Whitney?
Yes, Mr. Whitney.
Remember that
Chicago.
catalog?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember 16
I-
years old picking parts
I,
out
there
of
in
I
Illinois,
actually
they-
had bought some very
They
high
sold a lot of
quality
Jeep parts.
items from him.
Volkswagen.
I did.
Jeep, Volkswagen, Chevy pickups.
And the
they
prices
sold
were
body
not high at
cams.
all.
No, you could, man, we're going back a few years for that
Well,
one.
and they still have a Whitney warehouse out there on 80 in Illinois.
Oh, do they still?
Yep. On the
Oh, you
south
know
side
what?
of-
You are right. I
right
do
by it.
remember.
It's a nice big new one.
Yeah,
You know, this is really interesting, off script, but when Mr. Honda,
that's our whole show.
Mr. Honda, when he
It's Ben,
created
yes.
the most awesome motorcycle, and I have a couple of them, the 1969 CB750 Honda. It set the world, it's the most important
Yeah.
motorcycle of all time. I have a couple of them, and the engine was so strong that it was snapping chains. And he actually contacted Mr. Whitney, who supplied not Regina chains, the other ones. There are number 50, which is industrial rollers.
Right.
He had to get those because he couldn't even do that in Japan.
Yeah, those were actually used on the farm use that they were coming off.
What's that brand that was so famous?
I know which one you're talking about. I can see it, but
Diamond.
yes.
Thank you. I got it, Diamond. And so he dialed up Mr. Whitney, his company, and his engineers.
J.C. Whitney to
Yeah,
get-
and he supplied them with chains for the dealers to, fix the broken ones in '69 and '70.
So
Pretty amazing.
it is.
So
it is.
keep back on script here. So back to this whole demise. It's so sad, but Mr. McCardle, Archie, he screwed it up so bad, and he mismanaged it, and then the strike. So the only thing that I've been able to ascertain that he did right before he got kicked out in '82, and the board of directors, they finally said, they should have kicked him out in '80.
Yeah.
When they got going again, but they kept him in there for 2 more years. The only thing that I can ascertain that he did positive, this is with the tractors now, with the Farmall Skunk Works there in Moline, there on the Mississippi River, was he had the proper insight to invest a massive amount of resources to bring the Farmalls back to #1 position over John Deere, or even over Case.
Right.
Okay, so there was a huge investment, and of course, a lot of these tractors, including these turbo bad boys over here.
Oh yeah.
That was all the result.
The 60s and 70s. Yeah.
That was the result of his
The hot
insight
rod
onto
tractor.
that part of the company. He did do that right, but the tragic thing is that International Harvester never benefited from that, because then they had to sell the whole Skunk Works to J.I. Case at a fire sale
Yeah.
to get out from underneath it. And then they were the ones who cashed in on all those Farmalls right then, and they were great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't design them at all.
Nothing. Walked right into that.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's funny that you talk about that. Because we
You like tractors? Is it cool?
Oh, tractors. I'm
Good?
I'm all over the tractor. But even
I'm all over the tractor. I'm all over the tractor.
Yeah.
It was a mistake to have a start,
Yeah.
which I always considered International Harvester semis as bolt-on semis. You could literally buy them and order them with anything you wanted on them,
That's
however you wanted it.
That's true. Any way you wanted
Any
to,
way you wanted it,
you know, set up.
Road Ranger,
cigars.
you could get Eaton,
Cigar.
so didn't matter the trucks, the
Or a
rear
blunt.
ends, the cabs, the motors,
Or a
whatever.
blunt.
And they even made their really
I was
good
smart.
engines.
Oh yeah, that
the red ones.
that 466, that DT.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the best motors International ever built. Mm-hmm. I mean, every tractor puller you've seen, them diesels run
Yeah.
that motor.
And you know, that's the one that was their demise again. That they
Yep.
got busted by the EPA.
Yep.
There in Melrose Park,
Cost them a ton of money because it didn't fit the EPA rules. And
and not even one ever went into any vehicle.
I know it. Yeah.
That's even more bizarre.
So
It's not like Volkswagen and they got busted, and then Cummins got busted, and they're in all these vehicles. This never even, you know, and that really screwed them over.
So let me ask you this. Where can somebody go online or search out and find out who, what, when, where, how, who you are? Oh, look who shows up now.
Oh, who I am.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, you know,
Do you have a website? Do you?
have none of
Nothing?
that. Never.
Well, you seen him right here, folks.
I'm not like you guys, but I've been around. Okay, so I have a connection to Detroit.
He gets
heavy
around.
Duty, you know? And that's where I came from, the Motor City.
Right.
And so I was involved with all the auto manufacturers on just a handshake, I guess, my whole life. I got an engineering degree and everything, and I had my own successful business in Detroit, motorcycles, cars, you know, both repair normal and high performance
Right.
and fabrication, all kinds of things. So I was involved in one of my greatest moments in my life was involved with Metal Axe harmonic stress relief, subharmonic stress relieving process for hardened metal. This is all out of Detroit, and it's big time still. And it replaces heat treating, or it makes it so that there's no thermal stress in metal after heat treating or machining processes. And it keeps metal. So what it is it makes sure that all the electrons, protons, and neutrons around the orbit inside hardened metal through the lattices, it keeps it so there's no tensile or compressive forces that could cause the metal to
That
separate
sound.
under extreme harmonic disturbances and amplitudes that engines put out
Yeah.
from the crankshaft.
Right.
We're talking internal combustion now.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap it up. We got a guest here.
Okay. Oh,
Lady who
Sean.
puts the show on.
Oh, she's more
We're
important
gonna
than
get
I.
her on here
She's
real
more
quick.
important than me.
Yeah, but it was an honor talking to you. It was always good listening.
Thanks
to
for
people.
stopping by.
This
We
is
can
good.
get the information and talk.
So
Hey, I told you
that was-
guys, you
that
know,
was
you
good
don't
on
need
the-
to go
Yeah,
get
that was
nobody.
good.
Was that
They'll
good?
Put it out, yeah,
That
they'll
was
put
good.
it out. We'll
Come on
probably
over
this
here.
week.
You're next.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hey everybody, it's Steve with Three Fat Truckers. We are here in Fort Wayne, Indiana at the Harvester Homecoming 7th Annual. We are sitting here with Ryan Duvall and Sean Norris. How are we doing today?
Doing good.
It's nice weather.
good crowd. I'm great.
Now, you two are the ones that are doing all the planning and all the operations to get this thing to come together, right?
Yes, that's us.
That's us. That's us. Don't sound too excited about it now.
Depends on whether
It's
you're
a-
enjoying yourself or if you're not enjoying yourself. Whether I say it's all, a lot of times I'll say, "Well, that's Sean's fault."
There's a lot of
If
things
we
that
didn't
are my
like it, we
fault.
wouldn't do
Now
it.
it's the 7th annual. When you guys did, were you part of the very first?
I joined right after the first festival. My brother brought a couple trucks and we made a day, and I reached out and said, how could I help? And by the time we had that first meeting done, I was in charge of sales and vending. And
You didn't mean that,
Oh,
did you?
somebody got you
Right?
suckered in, didn't they?
yeah.
Now,
Well,
were you
look, I'm
part of
with
the very
these
first
guys.
part, Ryan?
This all started. That's a long story, but I had a Scout when I turned 16. My dad gave me, and I raced heck in it and drove it like it was stolen. And even back in 1988, it was novelty. It wasn't that old really, if you think about it, but they rusted pretty bad, so maybe it was a novelty. But I moved to Fort Wayne in 1999. I'm a journalist by trade. I'm actually a restaurant critic for the newspaper. I've been there for
Oh, wow.
since '99, so you can do the math. I don't want to, but I
26 years.
yeah, but I lived here for just a few months and called my dad one day, and I'd always thought someday I would get a Scout again. I thought I'll get another one someday, and I called him one day. I said, I think I can find me a Scout up here, Dad. I've been seeing them all over the place. He's like, hey, stupid, that's where they built them. Well, I didn't know that as a kid, and nobody here was telling me the history of the truck works because it was gone and it's sort of a forgotten thing. So I started looking into it, and then it fascinated me, the heavy-duty truck capital of the world here and all that stuff. And then it come around 2018, after several years of bickering back and forth with my dad, he wanted to buy me another Scout as part of his sort of bucket list. I settled on one, and I took it over there to the iconic tower, parked it underneath, and I wrote a long column in the newspaper about my connection to this city and this area through simply a truck. I didn't grow up around here.
Yeah.
And I didn't just make it all about me and my pretty new truck. I talked to some retirees, Phil Coonrod, a big parts vendor, a
Wow.
couple long, and just sort of made it about. And I said, it's a shame that we can't honor the trucks that were built here and the people that worked here. It was a sad memory when they pulled out of here. I mean, I get it, but the world changed here, and some amazing things happened on this very ground we're sitting on, and. I just broke the big one sin of being on that thing radio. And I talked about, up north of here, the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Museum has, they're honoring, and they have a festival. They are honoring a vehicle that no longer is built. Studebakers are honored in South Bend, and they're no longer built. Now it's a little different. They went out of business, not moving. But it got people talking, got museum folks talking, saying, why don't you hold a cruise in or something, raise some money, and we can expand our collection. Well, that was in December of 2018. By April of 2019, I'd formed a 501c3 nonprofit and started working on this truck show. And we had it on August 10th of 2019, first one, down at the Scout Planet, just down the road from here. It was a one-day event. Didn't know what you were getting into, but when I was doing my insurance paperwork and everything, I talked to some guys that ran festivals. And I said, well, I think I'm going to put down 2,000 people and 200 trucks. And they're like, well, first of all, it's a lot of trucks, but that's a lot of people for an event you only had 6 months to plan. So that's what I put on the paperwork. Well, I stood out there at the corner of the Scout Plant with tears in my eyes because I stood there and I saw a line of trucks down the Lincoln Highway.
Wow.
600 trucks and 14,000 people came down there. There's a lady in California still mad that I don't have enough bathrooms that day. But, and it all grew from there. And a couple of years later, now it's International Motors. It's hard to, made us the caretakers of we actually saved their historic truck collection, which was housed in Melrose Park in Illinois. They didn't have a place to put them, and the man in charge CEO was going to auction them. And it just happened that we had a space and a place, and so we have 50 of their trucks now, and we take care of their the finest collection of international trucks in the world, basically. And we've gotten more given to us, and so it's just been a really interesting process, and we're ready to build a museum hopefully in the next year or two.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So it sounds like it was a passion I love to start with.
That was a
when I
really
was a kid.
that was a really long answer to. Now, were you the one that started this? That was how this started. You were here the first year. That was a really long answer.
Shut up, stupid Connor.
What was that last question?
So was it a passion I loved from when you was a kid then?
Well, I mean that truck. I
Well-
was always a scout kid.
Yeah.
Even then. And I didn't love that truck. I wanted a hot rod. I didn't want that thing. And it was, half Mondo, half primer, half, held it. I actually had the bulkhead going behind the seats was plywood,
The
but
one where you put your foot through the floor to get it to stop, or?
I had a hole in the floor I could spit my
You
tobacco.
flint-
Hey, I had one of the Harvester pickup trucks, and I'd lay the tailgate down and watch the sides wave at me going that way.
But that truck was, it just became it just became a part of my life because, we just had so much fun with it. And, I'd go to high school reunions and stuff. And I was always a scout guy because it was something, there weren't a lot of them out there.
No.
And, but the thing is, I'm
Do
more,
you know a lot about the story of this place?
well, there's a documentary up there you can buy for,
Okay, now is in the documentary, do they talk about the gentleman that owns a Harvester pickup that parked in the front row out there along Coliseum Boulevard with a rusted out bed, and they would not and they told him he had to move it, and he would not. He parked there every day with the bed rusted, and everybody drove by here seeing that truck out there for years.
oh, no, I don't know that.
You've never heard that? Oh, that was a big deal. You drove right down Coliseum Boulevard before you made the turn, and he was always backed in his parking spot, and the bed was rusted out
And
on
he
it.
worked here?
He worked here, yes.
That's crazy.
And they didn't like, I think they finally put a different bed on it. But he
Is that how you get a new bed?
That's my parking spot, and I'm not moving it.
Yeah, no, I did. I started after that first show and
That's a
saw that.
local. You'd have to been local.
I'm gonna ask. I'll find out by the end of
ask
about
about
an hour. I'll know who it was. I may probably know him. But,
Probably.
yeah,
They're like, who told you?
Oh, yeah. When you ask about it, they'll be like, oh, that son of a... Yeah, we know who you're talking
yeah.
about.
That's what I mean.
No, after that first show, I met so many amazing people, and we had executives from Chicago came down, sort of, and they were like not telling people because they were scared they'd get eggs thrown at them or something. But I used to, we got to save some of these people's stories because the stories are just amazing. I go to a breakfast group, and she goes to it now. It's like I got to take notes almost when I'm there. So I started. I went to do
I
it.
told you from last week was breakfast.
Yeah. I started. I found a guy to help me do some filming and interviewed some people, and we did it's a 3-hour documentary called Truck Town. We put it out through PBS. I started on my own because PBS was too busy at the time to work with me. They were.
Oh, don't even get me started on PBS.
Yeah, they better hope it's free because. But so they were,
PBS and
I
Fort
said,
Wayne,
well, I'm not
joke.
going to wait for you guys, so I gotta. There's some really crazy stories about the guy I found to film it, but we started in. I did 6 interviews with guys, and 3 of those people are gone. 5 people in this documentary are gone already, but it worked out to be
Wow.
a perfect mix because I had me who knew all the people in the truck world, and PBS that knows how to make a movie. But that's another long answer to So the history it's become a huge. I mean, just in 7 years, it's like things. There was a guy called me last year. Said, well, I got a 48, I think it was a KB or a K, or I can't remember what it was. He's like, but I think it says 48 or 47, but I think it's a 45. Everybody tells me it looks like a 45, and I was like, well, now, they titled the truck when it left. They didn't, it wasn't titled year to year. Like when it left the plant, they'd title it. And he sent me a picture of this 1940s truck, and I said, no, that's definitely not a 47, it's a 45, and yeah, it probably just is, so he did some research and found out, yeah, it sat at the plant for a year, but I said to myself, if you'd have told me 4 years ago that I could look at a picture, see right away,
Tell what year it is.
and I knew it wasn't a 47, it was a 45, I would have never believed you, and it's not something that I just have studied, it's just,
You just pick it up.
you've studied
Yeah.
it and not known
The
it.
guys you had here
Through
last
experience.
year out of California that had all the
Oh
green
my God.
trucks.
That's on that moment every year.
Yeah.
So every year there's a moment where like that guy didn't pre-register.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I had no idea he was coming.
They just
No,
drove all
no.
those trucks out here.
I was seeing I was here Thursday night and I look over and I go, oh my God, it's like you get a little tingly, It's like, you start crying. Well,
You do have a
Get a
great...
little
he had
tingly.
Emeryville, he had a Emeryville Sightliner, V549. Yeah, he had 4 trucks and 3 low boys.
Yes.
And oh my God, but I was just like, he won the big truck award last year for sure.
Wow.
But
And he didn't even register. Yeah, he
does
won
that.
anyway. He came and I was
But
like,
the
I'm
funny
going to
thing
take
is one of my
that award.
guy, 26-year-old volunteer lives down near Indianapolis, comes up and helps. He pulled up like 10 minutes later. He's like, oh my God, I saw those guys in North Indianapolis. I'm like, I know where those guys are going. He's like, I just followed them. He said, I couldn't believe it. He's like, oh my God, Ryan's going to freak out, because he figured I knew about it. No, it's like.
You do have a wonderful turnout, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I want to thank you, and this is a two.
I want to thank you.
No, well, we didn't do nothing. We just showed up. We just come out here.
I need a.
we just showed up as smart asses.
We're local guys here.
Yep.
And we literally are truck driver. Well, 2 of us are. He gave it up already, but.
Yep.
And I want to push this. This is part of our history here in town. And next year, if you're having this, we would love to be part of it again. And
Yeah, we can do a little more planning, and you get me one of those fancy flaming
Like my-
I was
shirts.
gonna say, we need matching shirts.
You like our bowling
we
shirts,
look
huh?
out of place here.
Yeah,
with
I want
red
mine.
shirts
Like you
on.
just put maybe put CEO on mine. Just so you-
CEO. Yeah.
I got some other nicknames, but I got a question because we didn't get a chance to meet much before I sat down here. But 2, there's 3 fat truckers.
What's the girl about?
To be honest
Blonde
with
and
you,
boobs.
we go to these truck shows and the guys, and I put a set of boobs in the booth. We can't keep them away. I don't know what it is.
Well, I also bring that girl's twist to it. So like we got the baby Jesus now. The
Yeah,
pocket
we actually
Jesus.
have
We got.
Civilized merch.
Yeah, we got. I get stuff out to the kids.
Fat trucker over there. I didn't even
Yeah,
see that.
he's a producer.
Oh,
He just gets the shirt.
And then I hit
Doesn't
him.
work him to
I
death.
hit
I
like
him with
that
a
you,
Bible verse from time to time because they got to
look! I
clean
broke
up
my.
the
Just showing everybody this week. Look, I hurt my finger.
Well, they 3 fat trucker fight it. They were like,
Yes, they did.
this
My
is
son was
God's
3
way
years
of
old,
saying
and he
I
hurt
can
his
just
finger like
flip
that,
the
and he'd
world
show
off
everybody.
right now. I think.
So thank you guys so much for letting us come out here and do this. And I want to be part of this. I want.
So what do you think of the show? I mean, do you think it's like?
We're gonna hop on the
Compared
golf
to
cart.
other-
ride.
we get done talking to you,
Last year,
we're going to get a
I
good
haven't been over
walkthrough.
there.
Yeah.
You didn't do that last year over there.
Well,
You
yeah,
did
then you
that
haven't
right
seen
here.
anything because that whole lot's full.
I got halfway through it earlier taking pictures. I got to go get the
only
rest of
seen
it.
it
Get on
by
the golf
that.
cart and I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And how did you get the Dune guy to come down?
Those are ours.
Those are our trucks.
They donated those to us a couple of years ago.
No
You're
way.
kidding. You know, that is the most popular.
Are you kidding?
Brochure you see on the whole road
Are you guys gonna give us
is
a
that
ride?
picture on them brochures.
Yeah.
We'll give them a ride on there.
Yeah, go kick everybody off and say this is you're gonna have to,
Now, does-
guys.
Maybe
Does
I-
that go inside the building and stuff?
I'll get
It's
Sil
gonna be a
Engelman,
weight
who's a
requirement.
test driver here. He'll take you on a ride and maybe make you,
Track while we're at
you
it.
pucker. I wish you pucker up
I
on
got
the
a
seat
weight
little bit.
limit, so it's
I took
like-
my wife. We had the MRAP here last year when we had it, and my daughter. Going back to the first show, I got a picture of my daughter on my Facebook page standing in front of an MRAP. We had it here for the show. I took it down to the test track and we drove it around, and we're getting ready to take it back to the shop. And one of the guys that was with me, I thought knew what he was doing, says, "Well, you drive it back and take your daughter." And I'm like, "I don't know how to drive that thing." He says, "It's like a Cadillac. It's automatic." I got here and drove my daughter out. And mind you, before my 2 boys who were older than her, like, "I don't want to go down there. I don't." And they come back and see me driving that big MRAP. Last year, I got another MRAP. I said, "Honey, let's go. Come on." I told my daughter, "Let's go on another ride." Well, my wife said, "What are you doing? You didn't want to go to the track last time we did this." But she got in it, so I took her, and there's a hill over here that goes back to. I took that thing, and so there's a little ramp. It goes up about 40-degree angle.
Yep.
But the side of that's a good, little. So I came over. So we're gonna go up this hill, and my wife's like, "You can't go up. Don't go up that hill." No, I didn't go up there. I went the side of the hill, so we were, a good 60 degrees, and pulling it. She's like screaming.
That's
I went
awesome.
down. She's like, "You're gonna tip this thing over." I'm like, "I'm not gonna. You'd be really hard pressed to tip this thing over."
Don't for it.
Oh, I scared the living bejesus out of her. My wife's just up there. Little daughter's just laughing. Yeah,
Sounds like your daughter, Bill. And just
that's what. All right, you want to ride with Daddy? You're gonna get the ride, honey. And so, it's
well, thank you a ton for letting us come set up.
Yeah,
Didn't
this
even
is
charge
great.
us. He was so nice.
There's no way we're going to charge you guys.
Well, see, if we don't charge you, we can just bury you in a corner or whatever. Which is sort of what we.
But we still donated.
Actually, the corner I was going to put with you got buried by stuff, so I couldn't put you.
Well, that's okay. They're by the restroom, so they can only walk so fast.
They're used to that
I was
smell.
going to say, that's the lady talking about. That's the men with prostates talking.
He's getting roto-rooted today.
Yeah, I got
Oh, he is. He's getting it out.
Part of the
She,
show. I
she
don't know.
bought
Last
a
year for
package
my
and had everybody
birthday.
vote.
I picked up a package that I don't even know what it's called. You're
I
getting
don't
your,
know.
It's a
you're getting your-
colonic or something.
Yeah, he's getting the poop out today.
And
I'm getting
like deep
massage.
places.
they went on. They went online and
So I gotta-
took a vote.
I put it
And I
out to
got
vote to
voted
see
in
which
at the
three
end of
fat
one.
trucker. That was my birthday gift to them.
Well, you know, all old truckers are full of shit. So
That's right. And I was
told
hoping
him he
he was
needs
gonna
to eat
win.
a
I
gallon
was
of
like, it better
chili
be
and about
Dave.
10 conies and make them.
I've got
make
2-day-old
work.
Coney dogs up in the shop right now.
She just emailed me to confirm.
I know. Me too.
I'm telling you, I got 2-day-old Coney dogs in the fridge up there. I ate one
He
last
has
night
no
about
idea what's getting
midnight.
ready to walk in the door.
I survived.
You know we got to go in there with these shirts on too.
Yeah, I know. I'm not changing. I'll wear mine. Yeah.
Where is this place?
But seriously, thank you
it's
thank you for supporting us.
132 East Collins. Oh, it's over on Collins Drive. I know
Yeah, it's right
that's
by
it.
your house. That's
Yeah,
why
it's over by my house.
Well, so is there a favorite truck you guys saw?
My
We're going to
favorite.
look at them all.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you right now. My favorite is right there.
Yeah, I do love that blue one.
It's just clean.
It matches my mobile hat. I got a mobile hat. I wear that.
The red one's
matches
ours.
it.
My dad drove one of the Emeryvilles, and I was telling they used to pour transmission fluid in the tanks because he had that 230 Cummins in it. And then he would be climbing the hills in Pennsylvania. They'd stand on the running board to see how high the flame, who could get the tallest flame out of the top of the top. So that's what
awesome.
they used to do. And I said, and if you fell out, he said, it's only going like 5 miles an hour. We're climbing hills. You can jump back
And
up
we
again."
wonder why men die before women half the time.
I took a 49 KB11 to a show not far from here. And I was, how did it ride? This was only like 5 miles down the road. And I was like, that's pretty good. But it got a little shaky at 45. They go, yeah, you're topped out at 45. This is 1949 KB11. You got to think sometimes.
They don't go fast.
Yep.
That's true.
Well, we'd like to thank you guys for stopping by,
Thank you.
giving us the info. Your story on how this started. I mean, very interesting.
Next time, ask him a shorter question.
I will. How old are you? How old are you?
Welcome to Fort Wayne.
Yep.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Nope,
Thank you guys
Thanks,
very
guys.
much. Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
You got it, Bill?
And we're here still at the Harvester Homecoming 7th Annual Show. We just finished up with John Glancy there. We're getting ready to get out of here, go a little sightseeing on all the vehicles.
We got to go look at everything.
Exactly.
See what's
I
out
want
there.
ice cream.
Exactly. Don't forget August 16th, Nebo, West Virginia, American Trucking Historical Society truck show. We're going to try and all make it. We'll see how that works. You need information about that, get a hold of Kerry Smith. That's Kerry with a K. He's on Facebook, and he'll give you all the information you need to know. Other than that, Bill.
Malia's got it.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to us tonight. You can listen to us on anywhere you can find a podcast. You will find us there. You have a great night.
Yeah, and stop by. Check out our TikToks. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our Instagram. X.
YouTube. Dave's been keeping up on YouTube,
Yeah,
doing
trying
some
to
shorts.
stay up on this stuff. But I'm an old guy. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. So
And the next time you see Dave, he's going to be all cleaned out.
that's right. I won't be quite as full of shit.
This is Steve. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful week.
Thanks, guys.